Everyone at the lawyer's office thought I was there to discuss helping my parents financially. No one expected me to smile and say, "Actually, I'm here to remove them from my will entirely." It was a Tuesday afternoon when my father forgot to hang up the phone. I'd called to let him know I'd sent the check for their mortgage, $3,200 like I did every month. Had been doing for 3 years. "Got it, sweetie. Thanks. Talk later." Click. Except, it wasn't a click. It was a pocket dial. The call stayed connected. I was about to hang up when I heard my mother's voice. Did she send it? Yeah, 3,200. Like clockwork. Thank God. I don't know what we'd do without. Then my father's voice, laughing. "She's such a pushover. Easy as money we've ever made." My hand froze on the phone. My mother laughed too. "Remember when we told her we'd lose the house? She cried. Literally cried and said she'd help." "Best performance of my life," my father said. "Meanwhile, we just bought that timeshare in Scottsdale. She has no idea. She's always been easy to manipulate, even as a kid. Just cry a little, tell her we're struggling, and boom, she hands over money. She makes, what, $180K? And lives in that expensive house she bought? She can afford it. Honestly, she owes us. We raised her. Raised her and got nothing but grief until she finally became useful." They laughed. "How much have we gotten total?" my mother asked. "Let's see, $3,200 a month for 3 years. That's, what, $115,000? Plus the $20,000 for the medical emergency and the $15,000 for the roof repair? $150,000. Not bad for a daughter we never even wanted." My blood went cold. "Remember when I said we should have stopped at your son?" my father said. "I was right. She was always a burden. At least now she's a useful burden." I sat in my car in the parking lot of my office building, and I listened to my parents laugh about how easy it was to manipulate me, about how I was a burden, about how they never wanted me. I listened for 10 more minutes, heard them plan their next emergency, their vacation to Hawaii, how they'd ask me to pay for my brother's car repair even though he made $90K. Then I hung up, opened my banking app, and canceled the automatic payment to their mortgage. Before I tell you what I did next, let me ask, if you overheard your parents laughing about manipulating you for years, calling you a burden they never wanted, would you confront them, or would you quietly dismantle everything they'd built on your money? Drop a comment, because what they didn't know was that I wasn't just their ATM. I was the only thing standing between them and financial ruin. My name is Sarah, a senior software architect at a Fortune 500 company, and apparently, according to my parents, a burden who's finally become useful. My brother Mark, the golden child, has always been. Growing up in our traditional Chinese-American household meant understanding a simple truth. Sons matter. Daughters are obligations. Mark got college fully paid, $120,000, a car for graduation, down payment help for his first house, $50,000, business loan co-signed by our parents, $80,000, constant praise, support, and pride. I got, "Why aren't you more like your brother?" Student loans, $85,000 by graduation. Told I should have studied something practical, like nursing instead of computer science. Reminded that I'd eventually get married and become someone else's responsibility. When I graduated and got my first tech job, making $65K, my father said, "That's nice. Your brother's already making 6 figures." When I bought my first condo at 28, my mother said, "Why so small? Your brother's house has 4 bedrooms." When I got promoted to senior architect at 32, making $180K, they said, "Your brother's company is doing very well too." Everything I did was measured against Mark, and I always came up short. But I kept trying, kept calling, kept showing up for family dinners where I was an afterthought. Because they're my parents, And apparently, I'm easy to manipulate. Part 2, the emergency. 3 years ago, my father called me crying. Actually crying. Sarah, honey, I need to tell you something. Your mother and we're in trouble. My heart stopped. What's wrong? Is mom sick? No, nothing like that. It's financial. The business has been struggling. We're 3 months behind the mortgage. The bank is threatening foreclosure. I felt sick. Dad, why didn't you tell me sooner? We didn't want to burden you. You're so busy with your career. But we don't know what else to do. How much do you need? The back payments are $9,600, but honestly, even if we catch up, I don't know how we'll make next month's payment. I did the math in my head. I just bought a house, a beautiful 3-bedroom in a great neighborhood for $780,000. My mortgage was $4,200 per month. I could handle it and help them. Dad, I'll pay the back payments and I'll cover your mortgage every month until the business recovers. Sarah, we can't ask you to. You're not asking. I'm offering. You're my parents. I'm not going to let you lose your house. He cried harder. Thank you, baby girl. You've always had such a good heart. I sent $9,600 that day and started sending $3,200 every month. Over 3 years, $3,200 monthly payments times 36 months was $115,000. Medical emergency for my mother, $20,000. Roof repair, $15,000. Car repair for my father, $4,500. And help with Mark's business loan payment, $8,000. Total, $162,700. I did it gladly, lived frugally, skipped vacations, drove my 2015 Honda, ate lunch at my desk, because they're my parents, because I thought they needed me, because I was stupid.
After I heard that phone call, I did something I should have done 3 years ago. I investigated. Day 1, public records. I looked up my parents' mortgage. Current status, paid in full. Paid off? 18 months ago. They'd owned their house free and clear for a year and a half. Well, I sent them $3,200 every month for a mortgage that didn't exist. Day 2, social media. I went through my mother's Facebook, posts I'd been too busy to notice, photos from Scottsdale timeshare, our winter getaway spot, cactus, Hawaii vacation last year, paradise, 3rd time this year, flowers, new car, loving our new Lexus, car, country club membership, golf with the girls, golf, all posted while I was sending them thousands of dollars for emergencies. Day 3, my brother. I called Mark. Did you know Mom and Dad paid off their mortgage 18 months ago? Pause. Yeah, so they've been telling me they're behind on payments, that they'll lose the house. I've been sending them $3,200 a month. Silence. Mark, did you know? Sarah, they're our parents. They deserve to enjoy their retirement. Did you know? Yes, but you make way more than they do. It's not like you need. I hung up. Day 4, the business. I looked up my father's business, the one that was supposedly struggling. It was thriving. Revenue had doubled in 3 years. He'd taken on 2 new partners, expanded to a second location. There was no financial crisis. There never had been. Day 5, the will. I remembered something my mother had mentioned months ago. Make sure you have a will, Sarah. With your assets, you need to protect your estate. I had created one, listed my parents as primary beneficiaries, my house, my retirement accounts, my investment portfolio. If I died, they'd inherit approximately $1.2 million. They knew this. I didn't confront them immediately. I did something better. I dismantled everything. Week 1, the finances. Canceled automatic mortgage payment to them, moved my savings to a new bank they didn't know about, changed all my financial passwords, removed them as beneficiaries from all accounts. Week 2, the will. Met with my estate attorney, Patricia. I need to change my will, remove my parents entirely. Patricia raised an eyebrow. May I ask why? I played her the recording, the entire 10-minute conversation I'd saved. Her face went hard. I'll have the updated documents ready by Friday. New will, primary beneficiaries, charities supporting first-generation college students. Secondary, my college roommate who'd been more family than my own. Parents, $1 each, deliberately, so they couldn't contest. Week 3, the house. This is where it got interesting. I bought my house 3 years ago for $780K. The market had exploded. Recent comps showed similar houses selling for $980K to $1.1 million. I listed it, got an offer for $1.03 million within a week. Accepted. Week 4, the move. I found a smaller condo closer to work. 2-bedroom, $420K, paid cash with the profit from the house sale. My new mortgage, $0. My new monthly housing cost, $800 HOA fees. Money freed up, $3,400 a month. I didn't tell my parents about any of this. I just stopped sending money. Week 1 of no payment, no contact. Week 2, text from my mother, "Hi honey, just checking in, heart." Week 3, my father called. "Sarah, the mortgage payment didn't go through. Everything okay?" "Everything's fine." "Oh, well, the payment." "I stopped sending it." Silence. "What?" "I stopped sending you money." "Sarah, we need that payment. We'll lose the house." "No, you won't. You paid off the house 18 months ago." Longer silence. "How did you—" "I looked up public records and Facebook, and the fact that you forgot to hang up 2 weeks ago, and I heard everything." I could hear him breathing. "I heard you call me a burden you never wanted. I heard you laugh about manipulating me, about the performance you gave to get me to help you, about how you're using my money for vacations and timeshares while I work 60-hour weeks and skip meals to afford helping you. Sarah, you misunderstood. I have a recording. 10 minutes, you and Mom laughing about scamming me out of $150,000. That's not... I've removed you from my will, changed all my beneficiary designations, sold my house, moved, you don't have my new address, and you'll never get another dollar from me." "Sarah, you can't—" I hung up. 30 seconds later, my phone exploded. Calls from my father, my mother, Mark. I blocked them all. Then my mother texted from a different number. "You're being selfish and cruel. We're your parents. We raised you. You owe us." I responded once. "You said I was a burden you never wanted. You said raising me got you nothing but grief. You scammed me out of $162,700. You don't get to claim I owe you anything. Lose my number."
Week 1, the extended family. My parents called everyone, aunts, uncles, cousins, told them I'd abandoned them, that I was ungrateful, that I'd cut them off without warning. My aunt called me. "Sarah, what's going on? Your parents say—" I sent her the recording. She called back 20 minutes later. "Oh my God." "Yeah. Do other people know?" "Just you." "Sarah, I'm so sorry. I had no idea they were like this." The word spread through the family. I didn't have to say anything. My aunt did. Some relatives called to apologize for years of watching me be treated as less than. Some stopped speaking to my parents. Some sided with them. "They're your parents. You should forgive." I blocked those too. Month 1. Mark. My brother showed up at my office. Security called. "There's a Mark Chen here to see you." "Tell him I don't work here anymore." "But you—" "Tell him I quit. I moved. I don't want contact." Mark called 47 times over the next week. Finally left a voicemail. "Sarah, you need to help them. They're our parents. They made mistakes, but they need us. They need you. Your income, your money. They're struggling now that you've stopped helping." I deleted it without finishing. They weren't struggling. They were just losing their vacation fund. Month 2. The lawsuit threat. My parents sent a lawyer letter, claimed I'd agreed to provide ongoing financial support, and they were financially dependent on me. My attorney, Patricia, laughed. She's trying to claim oral contract for elder support in a state that doesn't recognize filial responsibility laws, with evidence that they lied about needing the money. She sent back a response. "My client has evidence your clients committed fraud, misrepresentation, and elder financial abuse against themselves to extract money.
If you proceed with this frivolous claim, we will countersue for the full amount obtained through fraud, plus emotional damages, and we will submit the recorded conversation to the district attorney for potential criminal fraud charges. We never heard from their attorney again. Month 3. The apology that wasn't. My mother sent a letter, handwritten. Sarah, I don't know how to fix this. Your father and I made mistakes. We said things we didn't mean. We never meant to hurt you. You're our daughter. We love you. We've always loved you, even if we didn't show it the way you needed. Please come home. Please talk to us. We're family. We promise we'll do better. Love, Mom. No mention of the money, no admission of fraud, no acknowledgement of calling me a burden, no apology for never wanting me. Just, we made mistakes, and please come back. Translation, we need your money again. I wrote back once. Mom, you said I was a burden you never wanted. You said raising me got you nothing but grief until I became useful. You scammed me out of $162,700. You laughed about manipulating me. You're not sorry you hurt me. You're sorry you lost access to my bank account. We're not family. We're strangers who share DNA. Don't contact me again. Sarah. My life now. Financially, no mortgage, own condo outright, $3,400 a month freed up was going to fake mortgage plus actual housing, rebuilt savings $180K in 1 year, investment portfolio $400K, net worth $1.1 million at 35. Emotionally, in therapy, unpacking 35 years of not being the son they wanted, healthier boundaries with everyone, genuine friendships with people who value me, peace, actual peace. Socially, cut off parents completely, cut off Mark, he chose them, maintained relationships with extended family who supported me, built chosen family. 6 months ago, I got engaged to David, a teacher who makes $52K and thinks I'm amazing. My parents don't know. They won't be invited to the wedding. They won't meet their grandchildren. They'll learn about major life events through relatives, if at all. Last month, I ran into my father at a restaurant. He was with Mark, didn't see me at first. I heard him say, if Sarah would just stop being stubborn and help out, we could... He looked up, saw me, stood up. Sarah, sweetheart, we've been trying to reach you. I walked to their table, looked him in the eye. I heard you the first time, Dad, when you forgot to hang up the phone, when you said I was a burden, when you laughed about manipulating me. I heard all of it. We didn't mean, you meant every word. And now you live with the consequences. I turned to Mark. You knew they were scamming me and you said nothing. You're just as guilty. Mark's face went red. Sarah, they're our parents. They're the people who used me like an ATM and laughed about it. You're the brother who let them. None of you are my family. I walked away. They didn't follow. David and I are getting married next spring. Small ceremony, 40 people. People who actually love me. No one from my immediate family is invited. My aunt is walking me down the aisle. The only family that matters is the one I chose. 2 weeks ago, my mother somehow got my new number. Text, please invite us to our wedding. We're your parents. We deserve to be there. I responded, you deserve nothing. You're not invited. Don't contact me again. She replied, you'll regret this when we're gone. My final message, no, I'll regret the 35 years I wasted trying to earn love from people who saw me as a burden, but I won't regret protecting my peace. Block the number. Epilogue. For the daughters who were never the son. If you're reading this and you've spent your life being less than because of your gender, your birth order, or simply because you weren't what they wanted, I need you to hear this. You don't owe them. Not your money, not your time, not your forgiveness, not your presence at family events, not your peace of mind. They say, we're family. You say, family doesn't weaponize your kindness. They say, we raised you. You say, parenting is your obligation, not a debt I owe. They say, blood is thicker than water. You say, the full quote is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Chosen family matters more. My parents called me a burden, said they never wanted me, scammed me out of $162,700, laughed about manipulating me, and expected me to keep funding their lifestyle. I chose myself instead. Best $162,700 I ever lost because it bought me freedom. The recording that changed everything. I still have that recording. 10 minutes and 37 seconds of my parents revealing exactly who they are. I've never posted it publicly, never sent it to other family members beyond my aunt. Not because I'm protecting them, but because I don't need the world to validate what I know is true. They showed me who they were, I believed them, I left. That's enough. But for anyone reading this who thinks they misunderstood or overreacted to their family mistreatment, you didn't. Trust what you heard. Trust what you saw. Trust what you felt. And walk away. The people who genuinely love you will understand. The people who used you will call you ungrateful. Let them. My father forgot to hang up the phone, and I heard the truth. That truth cost them $162,700 repaid, never. Access to my income, lost forever. Their role in my wedding, uninvited. Relationship with future grandchildren, they'll never meet them. Their useful burden, I chose myself. Worth it. If this story hit you, drop a comment. Have you ever been the burden? The daughter who was never the son? The child who had to earn love by being useful? Share this with someone who needs permission to stop funding their own emotional abuse. Subscribe for more stories about people who chose themselves over obligation. Because family isn't who shares your blood, it's who treats you like you matter.